3 years ago, I implemented an automated buyer consultation system that not only doubled my commission, but also streamlined my real estate business. And today, I'm going to show you step by step how I automated these buyer consultations and got signed buyer agency agreements completely automatically and before I even met my clients. Now, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Tommy Muchler, and I've been a realtor and managing broker for about 8 years now, with my best years being where I've made over $300,000 in commission, working less than 10 hours a week, all by automating my real estate business.
Ew, he only made $300,000 in commission in a single year? I only listen to realtors who make over $1 million a year in commission on YouTube. Dislike, unsub.
But I only work 10 hours. If I were to work 40 hours a week, I'm sure I could have made $1 million a year. Okay, sorry. I thought the 10 hours a week would have been impressive. Never mind. Now, the first step to automating your buyer consultation system and getting buyer agency agreements signed completely automatically, we'll first need to get an appointment booked, specifically a home tour or a home showing tour request. But for all of your home showing appointments, this automated buyer consultation system is going to work like magic. Generally, you're going to get these appointments from like Zillow or Realtor.com or like Opcity or any of these like referral sites that sell leads. Additionally, from like your own real estate website, if you have a lot of leads that you're sending listings to, you're going to get a lot of showing requests from that as well, along with like maybe for sale signs from any listings that you have. So once you have a home showing tour booked, it's time to move on to step 2. All right, now for step 2, we're going to need to create an automation inside of your favorite CRM. Now I'm going to be using the Lazy Agent CRM because it's the best CRM in the world, obviously, duh. However, you can use any CRM you like. I used to use this inside of the Chime and Lofty CRM. It can work in MailChimp, MailerLite, LionDesk. It doesn't matter the CRM platform, just pick a CRM of your choice. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create an automation. So I'm going to click Create Workflow, hit Start from Scratch, and I'm going to go ahead and give this workflow a name. And now that we have a name, we need to add something called a trigger. Now, a trigger, for those of you that don't know, is what we use to start an automation. In this case, when an appointment is booked, we want this automation to start. So we're going to select an appointment booked as our trigger, and we'll select appointment status. We'll add some filters here for what type of calendar is, and it's going to be for our home showing tour. So when someone books an appointment to tour a home, it's going to get booked to our home showing tour, which is going to start this automation. There's other ways you can start this automation. This is just the easiest way inside of the Lazy Agent CRM to start an automation like this. We'll then go ahead and hit Save Trigger, and now we need to create an action. Now, what we're going to do as our automated buyer consultation is we're going to send our client who just booked an appointment with us an email with a video in it. Now, this video is incredibly powerful, and it's going to be where all the magic happens. So we'll go ahead and select email as one of our actions, and I'm going to go ahead and select a template, which is going to be our automated buyer consultation. Now, you're probably wondering what this email looks like, so I'll go ahead and hit edit just to give you a quick little run through. It's really, really simple. It's just their name followed by, hi, I look forward to working with you. Before we meet and look at properties, it's important that you watch this quick video on what to expect next. I then include a copy of a buyer agency agreement followed by my signature. Now, this video, again, it's where all the magic happens. It's going to set proper expectations with our client on what they can expect next and what it's going to be like moving forward working with us. So let's go ahead and watch that video right now.
Hey, Tommy the Realtor here. I very much so look forward to working with you and helping you on your home search journey. But before we meet, I got 3 very important things that we do need to discuss before we meet. Don't worry, there's going to be a quiz at the end of this video. Just kidding, there's not actually going to be a quiz. Now, first things first is we need to talk about the housing market. Now, as you know, the housing market's a little bit chaotic right now, and things are constantly changing almost on a daily basis. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to be sending you an email with a current real estate video on the housing market so you can familiarize yourself with what's going on in the housing market and what you need to do to prepare yourself and whether or not it is a good time to buy or not. The second thing we need to go over is how buying a house works. Now, I know it's common for people to think of realtors as overpaid door openers, and admittedly, some of us are overpaid door openers, but opening doors and showing houses is really only about 2% of what realtors do. The other 98% of the time, we are providing legal representation in the sale of real estate either to the buyer or the seller. This usually includes things like navigating contract law, complex negotiations, escrow, appraisals, inspections, and other hurdles that may come up along the way, like protecting our clients from either the buyer or the seller trying to pull a fast one on you by, say, replacing the $4,000 refrigerator with a cheap $1,000 one, which, yes, just happened to one of my clients last week. But you don't need to be worrying about that because I'm going to be taking care of all the complicated stuff for you. All we need to do is talk about your home goals and come up with a plan for achieving them. And then, of course, I'll then advise you on all the complicated stuff that comes up along the way as we move forward with helping you buy a house. The last thing we need to talk about is what it's like working with me. In order to provide my clients the highest possible service, I can really only work with about 5 or 6 clients at a time, which means if you're watching this video, I probably have 1 or 2 spots available. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video because I wouldn't have any spots available. All I ask is that if you do decide to work with a different realtor, that you let me know so I can spend more of my time helping my other clients. Now, of course, if we do work together, you're welcome to call or text me or email me anytime you like. Just note that if it's after business hours, I might not get back to you until the next business day, just because if it's not urgent, I gotta spend time with my wife and my family. But if it is urgent, I will get back to you immediately. But that said, please don't feel like you can't message me or email me or call me anytime you like. Also, when we work together, I'm happy to show you any houses that are for sale, whether they're on market or off market. And of course, when we do make offers on houses, I will provide full home value reports so you know the true value of the house. Note, they take me a couple hours to make, so I'm not gonna make them for every house that we look at. But when you do decide to make an offer on a house, I will make you that full report so we know that we're not overpaying on any houses that we're making offers on. And of course, I'll help you through the whole negotiation, offer writing process. I'll basically just do all the work for you. And yes, that includes things like inspections, appraisals, escrow, and all those things, as well as all the other complicated things that we talked about earlier. Lastly, before we start looking at houses and officially working together, Washington State requires me to give you this pamphlet on the law of real estate agency, as well as a real estate agency agreement to sign. Basically, what it says is I'm going to be your realtor, that I'm going to be helping you buy a house, that I'm legally required to have your best interest at heart, that'll represent you in the real estate transaction and not the seller, that'll keep anything you tell me confidential, and of course disclose all material facts, like whether the roof is leaking or something like that, and provide expert legal recommendations. Of course, if you have any questions about this, I'm happy to talk to you about it when we meet in person. With that said, I look forward to working with you. You should also have that real estate market video update in your inbox right now. Otherwise, my name's Tommy Muchler. I look forward to meeting with you and helping you find your next home.
Pretty good video, right? Works really well. I promise it's amazing. I've been using it for years now and it works like magic. Now we got one more step, and that is going to be to add a text message as well. And the reason we want to add a text message is people might not get the email because people don't always check their email, right? So we want to make sure we send a text message as well, letting them know, saying, hey, we just sent you an email with a video in it. Please watch it before we tour homes on Friday. We'll then hit save. We'll publish this workflow and this automation will be ready to go. All right, now it's time for step 3, which is to get the buyer agency agreement signed completely automatically. Now you're going to need a CRM or a piece of software that can send out signatures automatically. Back in the day when I was using Lofty, I used to use the Lofty CRM with Zapier and DocuSign to automate this whole process. However, the Lazy Agent CRM has this all built in. So we have contracts built in, which makes it super easy and automated. But just know if your CRM doesn't have contracts built in, you can use Zapier and a tool like DocuSign to automate this whole process. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the contracts section. We're then going to navigate to documents and contracts. We're going to go to new and we're going to upload a PDF. For our PDF, we're going to go ahead and upload our state-specific buyer agency agreement. Once we have that uploaded, we're going to add all of our normal DocuSign stuff. So we're going to add like our signature boxes, our initials, any signing boxes that we need to add. Also, we're going to use our dynamic text field to autofill our names. Now this one already has those added in here, but normally what I do is we have this text box field inside of our CRM. And what we do is we could place that anywhere on the contract and we can select this button right here and it can autofill with the contact's name. All we got to do is select full name. And now when we set it off to a client, it's going to automatically fill out with their name. If there's additional information that we need to pre-fill out, we can do that now. Otherwise, if everything looks good, we'll go ahead and click save and we'll go back to our automations tab to create a brand new automation. So we'll go ahead and click workflow, start from scratch, and we're going to want to name this automation as well. For our trigger, it's also going to be a calendar event. So we'll type in appointment. We'll do in calendar, and it's going to be our home showing tour. It's against the same trigger. We probably could have done this in the first automation, but who cares? We're going to do a brand new automation for funsies sake here. And now we're going to add a wait timer. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in wait, and we're going to select under the delay, we're going to wait for an appointment. So we're going to send this out 3 hours before our appointment to show homes. Okay, this is really important because we don't want to send out this document to have them sign this buyer agency agreement immediately. Usually want them to like wait a little bit, get closer to the appointment before they cancel, because then they're all excited. They get to see the house, blah, 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 blah. So I like to wait 3 hours before. It works really, really well. 93% of the people you send this to are going to sign it. And the ones that don't sign it, they were never going to work with you anyway. Regardless, it also doubles our conversion rate, which is massive. 3 hours before, we're going to have our next automation go out, which is going to be our contract. So we're going to go to our contract here, send documents and contract as our action step. It's going to be from us, and then we're going to select our buyer agency agreement template that we just made. We'll go ahead and save action, and we want to send another text message. So again, we're going to send another text message saying, hey, real quick, contact name. I just sent you that buyer agency agreement that we talked about in that video I sent you. I need you to review and sign it before we tour any homes. Please check your email and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. We'll then hit save action. We'll then publish our workflow, and this automation should be good to go. Now, to review this entire automation, our client is going to book an appointment, whether that's from Zillow or our website. They're going to book some sort of showing tour request. We're then going to send them an email and a text message with a video stating, hey, this is what you can expect to be like to work with me and look at homes and blah, 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 followed by a buyer agency agreement that'll be sent to them 3 hours before our appointment. Now, guys, again, I am telling you, this has been one of the most amazing things I have done in my real estate business that has doubled my lead conversion, especially with the NAR settlement that went on recently, where we now have to get buyer agency agreements signed. I've been getting buyer agency agreements signed for almost 4 or 5 years now. Only in the last 3 years did I start automating it, and almost everyone signs. Like, I get hardly any pushback. Everyone signs. I close a lot more deals, and I really think buyers like it because they take you a lot more serious as their buyer's agent. Now, here's the deal. If you want to learn how to automate your blog content, I actually have a really powerful video right here that I recommend checking out, where I show you how to automate all your blog content. All you got to do is text your phone number, a picture, and a keyword, and it's going to post a ton of blog content and social media content for you completely automatically. It's actually a really cool automation. So check out that video right now. Otherwise, my name is Tommy Muchler, and I will see you in the next one.